Hello, everyone. This is Ryan.
And that's my cue. This is Kevin.
And we're the hosts of the show, Wine, Reel, and Print. We're excited because we have a really fun topic today. We're here to discuss film genre, which we love. And this one's kind of in line with like our history of Golden Age Hollywood and screwball and noir. So we're excited to announce the musical film genre episode.
Yes. And I want to apologize up front. I left you hanging a little bit on that intro. I could tell you were
You're good.
You were out on the high wire. I was like, I'm gonna let this play out.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
I try to throw you in there, or throw you a curveball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, musicals plays into a lot of what we've talked about.
Mm-hmm. We've seen a lot of musicals.
Yeah. And Babylon being something we talked about somewhat recently that kind of also fills in some sort of like modern.
We'll definitely talk about that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we picked 4 movies that kind of span the breadth of film history.
Yeah.
Let's go over for the audience which movies they are.
Yeah. So we have 1952's Singing in the Rain, directed by Gene Kelly and Stanley Donen, starring Kelly, Donald O'Connor, and Debbie Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Do you got the?
I got it right up here. I like doing the tagline too. I think it's what a glorious feeling. It says.
Nice.
But in 1927 Hollywood, a silent film production company and cast make a difficult transition to sound. That was the plot of Babylon. Let me go over to Singin' in the Rain now.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. But that could be, what is the...
That would have been a good...
Yeah, that would have been a really good joke, but I didn't think about that until... Babylon's is a tale of outsized ambition and outrageous excess, tracing the rise and fall of multiple characters in an era of unbridled decadence and depravity during Hollywood's transition from silent films to sound films in the late 1920s.
Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
It is, but they like, and you get it from Babylon's definitely trying to like decadence and like excess, I think.
Different decadence, I think.
Yeah.
And excess. Because I feel like he's still... Anyways, we'll talk about
that. Yeah. So Singin' in the Rain.
All right. Singin' in the Rain. Hey! Next is 1965's The Sound of Music, directed by Robert Wise, with a screenplay by Ernest Lehman, starring Julie Reynolds... starring Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer.
Yes.
Amongst others.
Amongst many others.
Yeah.
Lots of kids. That would really... Sound of Music was, for many of them, the only thing that a lot of those kids ended up doing. They were all kind of known after that.
Right.
Similar to Hawkins.
Hawks?
No, Hawkins, Jim Hawkins in Treasure Island 1950.
Sure.
That kid was known for so long as that, and there was really no
other thing.
Yeah, child actors of the time.
Yeah. Not great.
Yeah. Sound of Music was also based on a musical that came out 10 years earlier.
Which is based off of a memoir about the family, which is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But tagline, the happiest sound in all the world. Whoops. In the years before the Second World War, a tomboyish postulant at an Austrian abbey is hired as a governess in the home of a widowed naval captain with 7 children and brings a new love of life and music into the home.
Yeah, we love it.
We love it.
So great. We'll say a lot more after.
Yes. Up next,
as an aside, or whatever. I'll talk about that later. Next is The Little Mermaid from 1989. Quintessential Walt Disney film from the Disney Renaissance. What started the Disney Renaissance?
Ushered it in. Yep.
Starring people as voices for other people.
Wow. Disrespectful.
Yeah.
Jodie Benson, Samuel E. Wright, Pat Carroll. And what's interesting, I guess, is nowadays you'll never see Disney feels, and I think Pixar started this,
that, yeah.
of like you need big actors
Yeah.
to act in your animated films, and that you need the star power to kind of bring
Yeah.
people in. This was a time before that.
Where there were actual talent
Yeah,
and
the-
like craft.
What, these voice actors? Yeah.
Because that was like your profession is like
Exactly.
voice acting. Yeah.
And so that's it's also from a different era. And it's also based on a property as well.
Fairy tale.
Yeah.
Hans Christian Andersen.
Oh, yes. A German. Herman.
Yes.
Somewhere under the sea and beyond your imagination is an adventure in fantasy. That's the tagline. The plot, this colorful adventure tells the story of an impetuous mermaid princess named Ariel, who falls in love with the very human Prince Eric and puts everything on the line for the chance to be with him. Memorable songs and characters, including the villainous sea witch Ursula. Wow, what an interesting plot. Way to characterize that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. And lastly, 2008's Mamma Mia, featuring Meryl Streep and Amanda Seyfried,
Yes.
amongst others,
Amongst others.
with music by ABBA.
Abba. Yes.
Yes, ABBA.
Abba.
Definitely not Nazis at all whatsoever, right?
I don't think they are. Are they?
I don't know.
I don't think they are. Oh, no. Don't do that to me. There's no way. No. Well, I'll read this while you're searching up whether ABBA is what they are. Tagline: a mother, a daughter, three possible fathers, a trip down the aisle you'll never forget. And the plot: a spirited young bride-to-be living with her single mother on a small Greek island secretly invites three of her mother's ex-boyfriends in hope of finding her biological father to walk her down the aisle. And I believe, if I remember correctly, that this was also a musical before it was a movie.
Good to know.
Yes.
So one of them was like a child of a Nazi.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And had to like move from their homeland because they got bullied so much for being a Nazi.
For having Nazi family.
Yeah.
Well, the music is wonderful.
Yeah, the music is definitely not fascist at all.
No, it's very,
Very awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I love this movie.
Right on. Well,
Yeah.
let's
if I'm derailing
you did. But that's
you don't know
also-
how to. You
I
can't,
have nothing with I have nothing for that one.
Sound of Music, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought that's what you were talking about, and I'm like, oh my god,
No.
Kevin's talking about Mamma Mia, and now we have to go down this. But yeah, so where?
My mom's always like, "Why do you have to ruin everything?" Okay, sorry.
It's good to know. I mean, like,
Yeah.
we'll talk about Singin' in the Rain. Once I found
Right,
out
right,
about
right.
the production of that, it was like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, as with a lot of these Hollywood ventures,
Yeah.
like,
Especially classic Hollywood.
yeah, like
You-
Wizard of Oz has that shit. Orson Welles
Yeah.
is like a figure.
Yep. Where do you want to start?
Well, I want to start from Jazz Singer.
Oh, okay.
Kind of do like history lesson.
Sure.
Because I think there is a straight line, like trajectory with like the musical genre, at least within America.
Yeah.
And we sort of quasi picked these films with the intention of like going through the history and stuff.
Yeah.
So we have seen The Jazz Singer. And I think it's important to note that the musical was basically birthed out of the sound era.
Yeah.
So The Jazz Singer basically represents the beginning of the musical genre because it's like literally the first sound property with musical elements in it. And that's like basically the novelty of sound in film.
Exactly. Like they obviously there is some talking in The Jazz Singer.
Yeah.
But the real show of like to prove that sound is something exciting and all of that
Right.
was to make it have music be the thing that really proves what this technology can do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, like from that you get like this tradition of like the musical from Busby Berkeley, who
Yeah.
creates this like aesthetic of a musical film. And within those films, you get like Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and like these sorts of figures within that are kind of known for the musical sort of like proto musical stuff.
Yeah.
With like the incorporating dance and like being really good at dancing, the like romance elements and stuff like that. And kind of like the antics and the set design and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess like a really good place to start is Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this movie, like I said, was like a 2-for-1 because it's commenting on that era of filmmaking.
Yeah.
But also it represents this new sort of age of musicals that spouts out during the 50s specifically with this guy, Arthur Freed from MGM, who produced Singing in the Rain amongst a lot of other like really popular musical titles and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. You're kind of talking about a lot of like really famous actors and things like that.
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
Singing in the Rain with Gene Kelly is also kind of a showcase of
That same
yeah.
tradition.
of a time when tap dancing is so like classically that.
Yeah.
It's like of an actor who's
vaudeville.
also a dancer, who's
Yeah.
also a singer, who's also all of these things wrapped up into one.
Right.
And this is a movie, and I think musicals lend themselves to this, about being more than just obviously telling a story. It's
Yeah.
like we're going to incorporate every element possible
Right.
to just blow your senses.
Yeah.
You know? And it
Right.
really, and so Gene Kelly, is perfect for this
Right.
kind of role, and to also showcase, because it was like a pre-Hollywood thing. It's a very vaudeville
Yeah.
thing to be
Everything.
all
Yeah. Charlie
in
Chaplin.
one. Yep.
Yeah. Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton. So yeah, Singing in the Rain showcases that in spades.
Oh yeah. In spades.
Is that? Oh, that's just something I say.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
Yeah.
Always feels good.
Donald O'Connor also
Yeah, he's
came in
funny.
hot. Yeah, he's funny. What was also funny was like they grew up together in the movie, right? Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor.
Sure.
But I looked it up and I was like, Gene Kelly looks so much older
Like
than Donald
10 years
O'Connor. Yeah,
older.
he's 10 years older. Yeah, he is much older.
And
And
that still happened.
yeah, I mean, sure, they were tiny little kids at the same time, and one was 10 and one was an infant. But that's always just a funny thing.
Boys are,
playing
baseball.
Yeah, there's just sometimes in the movies where it's like, oh, that one's
Like,
tough. And
yeah,
when
that doesn't make
we
sense.
eventually go to Rio Bravo in the Howard Hawks, John Wayne and the love interest, I forget what her name is.
They're like 20 years apart.
Oh, they're 40 years apart.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just like, oh my God. But
Yeah, because he's old as
in that one, he's
Yeah.
very old and she's very young. She was like mid 20s. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was about to be 60, I think.
nice.
Yeah.
Classic.
I mean, that's now, if we're talking classic Hollywood, that's classic Hollywood, baby.
The more the merrier.
Sing the Rain, just to be
Oh yeah.
to be very surface level with it. What was? Did you have a favorite number in Singing in the Rain? Like something that really like?
I love, like, broadly speaking, I love the music.
Yeah,
in
it's
this
great.
musical. Yeah. I think from just like instant recall, I like the one where they're talking about I forget, it's him and Donald O'Connor, and they're like playing a trick on the teacher, I think, doing like song lesson bits.
Yeah,
That one really stuck out to me as
Yeah.
just being fun and playful.
yeah. It's funny how like the beginning of that, and I think that's also in it. It feels so Babylon. Like Babylon's really pulling from all
Sure.
of those early
The antics and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Sure, yeah. And
Which
then
was really cool
I
to see.
love the rain, the like Singing in the Rain.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
it's so good. It makes me so happy,
Yeah.
which is, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What there was also a scene in Singing in the Rain that I keep bringing up Babylon because as soon as I was watching Singing in the Rain, I was just like, whoa! It just feels like such a, and even La La
One-to-one.
Land, you can say too. Like Damien Chazelle is
Sure.
obviously
pulling from it.
Yeah, really inspired by Singing in the Rain. But there's a very similar scene, a microphone scene in Singing in the Rain, where it's like, all right, you
Right.
got to talk into the mic, you got to
Right,
do
right.
these, that sort of humor.
Yeah.
Which
With like going in and out of the box.
Yes,
and stuff.
yes, which I liked a lot. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I loved Debbie Reynolds a lot. I thought she was so fun when she was
good.
like in kind of the group
Yeah.
of singers as well. I thought that was always a blast.
Right.
And then the Singing in the Rain numbers, obviously
Great.
God mode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so good.
yeah,
It's just so
great.
good.
And then the lore, or at least I guess it's not lore if it's true, or is it? I'm not sure what we define lore as nowadays. It kind of keeps changing. But Gene Kelly during that had a horrible fever during the Singing in the Rain scene. I think it was like 102 or 103. And so he is sick as a dog during that.
His MJ flu game.
Yeah. And it just shows like you wouldn't be, I mean, talk about just a guy. And when you also read stories, he was also like really,
Just a guy.
yeah, he was really bad behind the scenes, like like a lot of these people
Sure.
treated Debbie Reynolds awfully.
shit.
But he's one of those people that he turns it on, right, and can go through anything. I think MJ is the same way. Like it's a switch that can be flipped. And
Professional.
yeah, and a lot of the greatest of the great performers have that ability. Like they're two separate people in a lot of ways.
Right.
Which is why a lot of people say don't meet your heroes, or especially don't like idolize certain people because they're
not who you
exactly.
think they are.
Yeah.
Totally.
But there's just so much behind the scenes stuff that's just very interesting about Singing in the Rain. Those being some obvious ones.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty complicated, I guess. The history.
Yeah.
I didn't really know about all that.
Yeah. We love a meta movie.
Yeah.
A movie that is about Hollywood. It's some of my favorite things. And I think this might be a good time to kind of talk about, or maybe do you have a point where you want to talk about meta, the relationship between meta and meta movies and musicals, and where it kind of fits in your kind of meta understanding?
Sure.
Because obviously there is, I mean, this one, I think they're even looking at the camera multiple times and like breaking that fourth wall
Sure.
in this. So there's that very obvious example. But I think as a musical, there's a defying the rules and reality a little bit that sometimes movies like want you to. They want you to forget you're watching a movie.
Right.
And they want you to get engrossed in it. Where a musical, it's doing unrealistic things all the time.
Right.
Like people don't break out in a song all the time or what have you.
They don't?
I've yet to see you.
I don't know what kind of life you're living.
I have yet to. I'm going on record. I have yet to see you break out in a song.
Well, you're not paying attention.
Hey, change my mind. Change my mind. But yeah, no, I think that your relationship with meta and meta understanding.
Sure.
Do you think as you're kind of watching these musicals, you kind of gravitate towards that? And I think you said something kind of off mic too about how musicals make you feel, or song and dance make you feel. It just it feels like a very Kevin genre. I think you even said yesterday, like, doesn't seem like something you would, or not yesterday, a couple days ago, that you would make a musical or whatever. You were quick to be like, oh, because I would even agree, like, you could make a damn good.
I was saying that about kids' movies, I think.
Oh, kids' movies.
Maybe I said that about musicals.
Yeah, maybe too. But
it's a lot. Well, okay, yeah. So
I'm throwing a lot at you.
Yeah. I don't. Well, yeah. So like, I feel like I'll go into a lot.
Yeah.
This is multi-pronged. So like on meta, right? Like I like this movie because like I feel like, just from my understanding, I guess, like there's different definitions of meta, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Like there's like the traditional sort of meta movie, which is like movies about movies. Which is like this is doing that for sure. Like Bowfinger, I feel like is another example, or like
Yeah, what other ones have we seen?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull. I guess Babylon.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Sort of. Wouldn't
right?
it explicitly be?
Because it's not like about a movie, like about making a movie explicit. Like there's a specific movie. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay.
Or I don't know. I guess it's about the background, about Hollywood.
I see what you mean.
It's like this is about making a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm twisting it a little bit. But yeah, I guess Babylon,
I do see the difference that you're making, which is like making a movie or like the act of it, where Bowfinger is clearly like, it's
you're
kind of like,
making a thing.
Where these other things are like film history
right.
is imbued in it.
Right,
and it's a movie being told with that as a backdrop, maybe even a little bit more.
Sure,
than like, that's like what they're doing. Like, obviously, yeah.
I guess there's like a distinction with that. But I guess there's those are one and the same. I don't know. That's a different argument.
Sure.
And then I am like researching meta-realism, which I feel like is another thing too, which I think this movie is doing as well. And meta-realism is about like basically, in short, like layering different levels of reality together to like say something else that the other two or more aren't saying alone. And I feel like with so that leads into like my ideas on musicals, like, because what you're saying, like you have these two things that can't coexist, right? Realism and then basically what you would call like musical fantasy, like the leap out of realism in order to make the song and dance stuff work, right? And so like when you look at singing in the rain. Okay, wait, before that.
All right, yeah.
More context. Guillermo del Toro, I think we talked about this the other day. Guillermo del Toro has had this theory with like balancing reality and fantasy,
but like dials
right, in Pan's Labyrinth, because he's like jumping back and forth from reality to fantasy. And so he talks about how you need to basically mix it, right? Like add fantasy elements into reality and then add reality elements into the fantasy, so that like it doesn't feel like a big jump when you're going back and forth, you know?
And your example that you gave when we were talking about it was like the windows in like the real world. They're a little warped.
Right.
They're kind of
They're
German expressionists. Yeah. Things like that.
Right. Like just to like subconsciously allow the brain to like make the connections a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so when you look at musicals, I feel like the filmmakers are constantly in battle of like balancing these two things and trying to make both of these things work. And I think the best musicals, like really, they utilize cinematic like craft and form to like augment the fantasy stuff to make those lines a little smoother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess specifically with Sound of Music or Singing in the Rain, sorry, so many
I know.
titles. With Singing in the Rain, I think the way they do this is with like Hollywood set design. I think that's like the main focus, right? Because that's the tradition that it's pulling from. And so they're basically imbuing this like big epic fantasy world with like notations of reality.
Yeah.
To make it feel like you're in a room, to make it feel like you're in the rehearsal space. Like the fantasy is like this behind the scenes reality that like we're imagining, you know what I mean? Like it feels like they're never shooting on location.
Oh, and Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Yeah.
And so
it's very manufactured.
Right. So that already makes the song and dance work because it already feels like you're not in a real space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that. Like it just feels like Eternal Sunshine. The way they'll do certain set builds when he's like a baby or something. It just, the room feels lifted. It feels like bigger than an actual room.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, but
yeah.
I feel like that effect has something on the way you like take in the musical aspects of it, right? Because when they jump into the song and dance, it's like, oh yeah, that feels like the reality that's happening in front of me.
Yeah.
You know?
And these and what you're talking about isn't necessarily what's the word? It isn't attached to musicals and musicals only, right? You're just
yeah.
saying like these
In
things
general.
combined together
Yeah,
become and I will say this kind of reminds me it wasn't a musical that we saw, but the Red Shoes
Yeah.
feels like
I was
it
just
does a
thinking
lot
about
of
that.
these things
Yeah,
just
yeah.
without singing.
Yeah. Well, it does this. I think it does a similar thing of like being the play and the movie
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
And you're like watching it unfold.
Oh, that's a good point. It's very, that one's
You know?
very layered. Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of like is going back and forth between these two things, and you're like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, and I forgot that is the plot of Singin' in the Rain too, is that they're making a movie and then
Yeah.
they decide to switch it up,
Right.
what it's going to be. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I
They're
forgot,
like the movie is like what they're making.
yes.
Like while you're you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
while
yeah,
you're
yeah,
watching it,
yeah.
it's kind of like an insane thing.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Nice. But I mean, you really enjoyed Singin' in the Rain, right?
I love
it
Singin' in the
hits
Rain.
you right in the
Yeah,
sweet
just
spot.
like any like really good song numbers, the dance sequences, like it's just so fun and lively, and I think it does kind of express like a worker's kind of perspective in a weird way, like embracing your work and stuff.
Yeah.
That I really enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, nice. And then did you cry at all watching it?
This one I didn't really cry.
Yeah.
But I have seen this like five
Have you?
plus times.
Yeah. It had been a number of years since I had seen it.
It's like a film school thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of these are no, never mind. I'm taking that back. Mamma Mia is not a film school thing, and I don't even know if Little Mermaid is either.
Mamma Mia is a film school thing.
Really?
I could see it being a film school thing.
Yeah.
At least in this context.
Sure. Yeah. In the musical class.
Yeah. But like history, like showing the trajectory of musicals.
Yeah.
I guess. American genre.
Now you've done a little bit of thinking and research on this. What does Singin' in the Rain do to the film industry? Is there anything like because I know we'll talk about like how Sound of Music had kind of an outsized impact.
Sure.
And what it kind of did. Any, off the top of your head, is Singin' in the Rain, like obviously it was a major success.
Yeah.
I think it even won Oscars. So it was was resounding.
Yeah.
But
Literally.
yeah.
I don't know anything concretely.
Yeah.
But I do know, like, in the place of history, it's like it definitely represents the golden age of musicals. Like, this
Yeah.
is kind of the peak era,
Mm-hmm.
the 50s going into the 60s, with the aforementioned Arthur Freed and MGM kind of being the leaders in that regard. And so I feel like Singing in the Rain, what I really like about it is it kind of represents this like inflection point in cinema history, because it's adding commentary on the beginning of film, and it's also like showing where the film is kind of going towards.
Yeah.
Right. Musicals are really big and stay really big during this era.
Yeah.
And that takes us kind of into the next movie that we're going to talk
Yeah.
about. With like the popularity of this thing and like how much bigger it gets,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
And just before we
Make
jump,
the jump.
jump forward, I'll just say, as it usually is, I think there's a couple decades that go by and people want to look back and analyze and acknowledge what happened before.
Sure.
Because obviously just 2 years before this, Sunset Boulevard comes out.
Right.
Which also
the
does
same thing.
another thing. So there's also in the water of Hollywood
yeah.
is this analysis of
Right.
silent films and what that means in this new transformation. They're finally like sitting up on top of the mountain, looking back down
Yeah.
at this.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting thing that Singin' in the Rain does.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I
Which
feel
I
like
really appreciate.
I feel like we need that now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like some type of film that does that.
Yeah, I'm trying to come up with what that is and what it's looking at specifically. But
Like pre-computer movies.
yeah, yeah. Or even just, I mean, there's obviously like the transition to
Or
video is an
transition.
interesting thing.
Yeah, because digital cinema offers like the new cameras, the new technology, the access, and then also like effects. I feel like
Yeah.
the computer effects,
Yeah.
like changed a
Yeah,
lot.
computer effects would be very interesting because we've talked about this before, but Boogie Nights is about the transition from film to video
Sure.
in the porn industry
Sure.
and what that did.
Yeah.
And that's just like to apply that to the Hollywood. I bet it's very similar. Like
Sure.
the people lose control
Yeah.
over this. Now CGI, that's a totally different thing. That almost feels like it
Is new.
I feel like it almost like concentrates power
Yeah.
because it's so expensive
Yeah.
to do.
Totally.
So it kind of means like if like where video when it first came out, it almost like made it more ubiquitous,
Right.
like the ability to do things. Computer animation, at least for a while, was so difficult to do and required so much work and money
Yeah.
that it really was like, if you want to see this big movie with this effect, you will not see that in a
Indie
in
movie.
an indie movie at all. That
Yeah,
was
yeah.
exclusively like blockbusters,
Right.
generally speaking.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Film idea.
Yeah, exactly. We should have an episode on our fake films.
Yeah, we have a lot.
We do. We should really be writing these down.
Yeah. There's a water world.
Yeah, there's a much better Waterworld
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah. You had another one too.
Yeah, there was one. Yeah, we'll workshop a Pokemon one.
Yeah.
We'll
The mask.
oh, the mask.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Chitty.
Yeah. Well,
What was the last one? Treasure Island.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
the one we're
definitely gonna
we're
do.
really far along on that one.
Yeah, that one actually makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So
Moving on.
I'll just say before we make the jump to Sound of Music.
Yes.
One last thing.
Oh, I've met Rita Moreno. Oh shit.
Yeah, I know she was in this. She was in West Side Story. She is a famous performer.
Yeah, I've met her.
Oh yeah, yeah. On a
Did an
shoot.
interview.
Yeah. I remember you telling me about that.
In
That's
Oakland.
cool.
Damn. Yeah, that is cool.
Damn. So before we make it to Sound of Music,
Sure.
there's a movie that comes out before Sound of Music that greatly influences the casting of Julie Andrews, which is Mary Poppins.
Oh yeah, I feel like we could have had that.
We could have had that,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Like that movie was such a hit.
Yeah.
And would go on to be a big influence. Robert Wise, I think, if I remember correctly, had watched Mary Poppins before it came out and was telling people we need to get her immediately before someone else watches this and gets her. So that was a big reason for casting, because I was wondering what came first, and it was Mary Poppins was the first one. So you can see definitely watching Mary Poppins. It's a different sort of thing,
Sure.
but
Super similar.
yeah, but she is just one of the great just fantastic in both and unbelievable in this.
No
the
words.
range, the
no
range.
words
yeah,
could stand.
yeah. Which is why we're gonna skip it and go to Little Mermaid. No.
Yeah. we can't even. No, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She is. I think she quite literally raised generations
yeah,
with her films.
yeah. And then for our generation, Princess Diaries coming out.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
being another like solidification of who she was. And
Right.
I'll say the same thing about Debbie Reynolds from Singin' in the Rain. Like, I don't know about you, but Halloween Town was like a movie for a certain generation. It was a number of movies on like Disney.
Sure.
And Debbie Reynolds is the grandma in it.
I see.
And she was like a very big character. And so for me, that's what I knew her from.
Nice.
So the bringing these ladies back
Yeah.
is exciting. And so Julie Andrews is kind of known for a lot of different things. And
She won Best Actress for Mary Poppins.
yes, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Pretty epic.
She didn't win it for Sound of Music, though.
She was nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won Best
Picture.
Picture and Director or Screenplay or...
Best Director.
Director, yeah. Which tracks.
I mean, fuck.
Yeah, but
Best Editing, Best Score, Best
it was
Sound.
nominated for those.
One.
Right? Sound of Music? Won that many Oscars?
Won 5.
Whoa.
Nominated for 9.
Wow.
It's an amazing film.
It is. I think that
And Robert Wise, he edited Citizen Kane.
Yeah, yeah. He comes from a long line.
Yeah. I mean, he did a bunch of these like B movies too.
Yeah, it feels very Roger Corman-esque
totally.
of like the raising up of all of these different filmmakers in the circles of like what we consider some of the greatest films and things of all time.
Right.
They all are mentored and they start in all of these places, and then some of them bubble to the top.
Yeah. I mean, you know, back then you would start in B movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you were like a career director.
Yeah.
Corman is like representative of that.
Yeah. Piranha 2 was.
Yes, Piranha 2.
Was that Steven Spielberg or was that James Cameron?
Probably Cameron.
It might be. I'm trying to think of what Steven Spielberg's first B movie was.
James Cameron.
Oh, okay. Joe Dante directed Piranha 1.
I do have an early Spielberg movie.
Really?
That looks B-esque.
Is it the train one?
It's like a car.
Okay, never mind. I know there's a runaway train one. Oh, Duel.
Yeah.
I think I am thinking of Duel, so I guess it's not a train.
No, it's a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I've seen a bit of that on Turner Classic Movies. It looks epic.
I have the DVD. My friend lent
Oh,
me.
nice.
Oh shit! I should watch that before he leaves.
Yeah. Timer starts now.
Eek. Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Sound of Music and Robert Wise.
And how awesome it is.
Yeah. So I had never seen Sound of Music.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty wild.
The first time watching it, and I was definitely expecting it to be like really. I mean, obviously, I've heard all the music before.
Yeah.
For just about. There were like 2 songs I had not heard, but like being in band, growing up, which I was, you learn all those songs and everything like that.
They're classics.
Yeah, they're classics, and so. But when they came on, I was like, oh my god, it was not what I thought. Like Do Re Mi, for example, went on so much longer than I thought it was.
It's like a whole bit.
It did all of these different things, and it used what was great about the songs in a lot of ways. They also kept the story moving
Yes.
too. It wasn't just like, all right, we're gonna stop and do a number. It had some really great character,
and they
had character purpose
like
in them too.
In the musical number, they like do character bits.
Yeah.
And you think the thing's over and they're like starting the new scene.
Yeah.
But it's actually bridge into the next bit.
I think Do Re Mi had that, and I was just it stopped for a bit, or there was one song that stopped for a bit, and then it came back, and I was like, "Whoa, we're not." Yeah.
And I mean, let's talk about the music. Like, I love the way they echo. You know, that it comes back at a later point in the movie, or it's like meant to. You know, obviously the Special Things song is like repeated a lot throughout the thing.
Yeah.
For, you know, because it's like the way music can like heal or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was how she bonded with the children. So it's now almost like the theme of that.
Right.
Like when there's closeness or when we want to bring them together.
Yeah.
That's the thing that they have in common.
Right. Yeah. And so, and then like the Sound of Music being like about his ex-wife, it felt like.
Yeah.
Or like a reminder of a happier time or whatever.
Yeah.
I just like loved the way they incorporated the music. Like, this is how you do a musical.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they say like it needs good music and it needs good character development, but you need things that like push and develop the story.
Yes.
You know, it needs to like have layers to what the music is doing besides just being really good music.
Yeah. Christopher Plummer infamously did not like
the movie.
Or like liked doing it. I'm not sure how far it goes, but at the very least he did not want to be in it.
Yeah.
Which is interesting and maybe plays into his kind of crotchety kind of character. But that's what is so like his
good.
turn. Honestly, his turn happened so much earlier than the movie than I thought it was. And this movie had like multiple arcs in
Yeah,
it. It was like
right.
another movie happens and then another movie happens. And
Right.
you easily could have had a movie where it takes the entire thing for Christopher Plummer to like really empathize with his children.
Right.
But that happens actually
Much
pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was my second ugly cry when
Yeah.
he turns. And so I was like, okay, the movie's done. Like
Yeah.
emotionally, I was like, the
Yeah.
movie's done.
Yeah.
And it was like halfway through.
Yeah.
There's like another hour and a half. I
Yeah.
was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was definitely bawling at when he starts to sing.
Yeah,
because
with
you could
the
just
kids.
you could see on their faces, and those
They're
kids were
scared.
so good. Yeah, and but there's this washing away of like who their
fear.
father used to be.
Yeah,
and who he
exactly.
is now.
Right.
and
Seeing him as
it's
a
so
new-
beautiful. Yeah,
But also seeing like who he used to be
Yeah.
before,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Yeah, that's what I think it made me cry the most because I wasn't expecting it. And like, I think I thought he was going to be this grumpy man throughout the whole thing and turn at the end.
yeah,
But because he turned so quickly and so unexpectedly, like I thought he was going to yell at them or like be really mean
yeah,
because that's just like how the story was kind of going.
yeah, yeah.
And so when he starts singing, just like it doesn't even need like words, like, you know, like dialogue
Yeah.
or any action. Just him singing along with the kids was like, oh, that represented like everything within the story.
There
you
was
know what I mean?
there was just so much in this movie that was show not tell.
Yes.
Which is all obviously one of just a great thing you can do in movies, and you don't have to spoon feed
In
everything.
musicals, I think,
yeah,
too.
Yeah, definitely.
Super specifically.
because there's a way to kind of tell if
Right.
you're listening to the lyrics and things like that.
Right.
Like they are able to tell in a, I guess, even a more seamless, less like in your face kind of way.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it is in your face.
Right.
Like musicals
Like
are just that
directly.
way. Yeah.
Right.
Like you have to pull yourself out. So in a way, it kind of makes it not so harsh.
Yeah, it's like a double trick
Yeah.
because of how much like what is it? Reality, the something of disbelief, suspension of disbelief.
Oh, yes,
Because
yes,
you're
yes.
suspending quite a bit,
Yeah.
quite a lot more disbelief. You
Yeah.
can get away with a lot more.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
happy.
like.
I'm happy you found that because that's
Musicals.
musicals.
Yeah.
It's suspending disbelief.
Right. To like the nth degree.
Yeah, it's an important part of it.
Yeah.
And so when I guess what's so great about this movie as well is it's suspending disbelief throughout. Obviously, it's a musical,
Right.
but then it
It's
pulls
real.
you back into reality.
Yeah.
And then lets you fly again almost. Like it
Yeah.
just brings you in tight in like a tight hug and then lets you float and then brings you back and then lets you
Wow.
float.
This feels
Would
so
be the
good.
way I would describe it.
I totally get it. Yeah.
Because no, especially like the scene where Christopher Plummer and Julie Andrews are, you know, falling in love and everything like that. And
In the dance.
In the dance.
Yeah.
And,
Another one that made me cry.
yeah. Wait, are you talking about when they're in the garden?
courtyard,
In the
yeah.
courtyard. Or are you talking about
At the party.
at the party? Yes, yeah. Because there's also the like when they actually kiss and stuff in like the gazebo thing. But
no.
that one was amazing.
Yeah, that
but
one's
yeah, no,
great
when
too.
they first fall in love and then
Yeah.
the countess or whatever her name is,
Baroness.
Yeah, the Baroness is
Yeah.
watching from a distance.
I know, that was so crazy.
That was just such also a great character thing for her
To be there?
To be
Yeah.
there. That all that was so great.
the way they edit those scenes
Yeah.
are so fucking perfect.
Yeah.
You're just like, the like leveraging kind of point of view was just so great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a show don't tell to me, is like they don't even need, they can say like a really offhanded line that doesn't even directly say anything.
Yeah.
But it can like encapsulate the whole thing through the editing and the showing of the
Yes.
actions and stuff.
And basically the whole like Baroness and what is his name? I'm trying to remember. Our
Uncle Max.
Uncle Max. Wait, no, not Uncle Max. Because that was a good relationship though.
Yeah.
Christopher Plummer's character's name.
Captain Von Trapp.
Oh yeah, Von Trapp. Oh yeah, there's Von
Georg.
Trapp. Yes.
Georg.
Yeah. The captain and the governess.
Yes.
They what's the word? Oh, like their relationship is so, there's so much happening under
Yeah.
the water that isn't said basically till the very end.
Right.
And you could tell she's like desperately trying to connect and pull him in.
Yeah.
And he knows it's the thing to do.
Yeah.
But I don't think he even really knows what's going on in his own head.
Yeah.
He's just riding the wave and feeling it, but knowing he can't never acknowledge so many of these things.
Right.
Which, his wife died. There's so many
layers.
Like it's almost business in this world to get married and to feel love.
Sure.
Like that worked beyond that. And even raising his children, he was raising them in a military style.
Right.
Like there is like a handbook approach to life that he's following.
Right.
And it takes like Julie Andrews' character to come
Break down the
in
walls.
and completely, because she is just a character that doesn't take any shit.
Yeah.
Is willing to say exactly how she feels
Right.
Immediately.
Right. That one scene when they come home from the boat.
Yes, with their new outfits and everything. Yeah.
And she really stands up to him in there.
Yeah. And then so after they kind of like fall in love, I guess, in that moment in the courtyard, and then
oh man, that was so good.
And you could tell Julie Andrews is so afraid of that, of like kind of being on that cliff.
Yeah.
Like there's just this, like, he's such a big presence.
Yeah.
And there was just something so beautiful about this kind of unsure feeling. And I think any of us that have felt what it feels like to be in love or any of these things.
Like, is it the right thing to do?
Yeah. It's just like, it's so scary and raw. And maybe that's another thing that just felt about this movie. It just feels raw. Like it just feels like the emotions are right there. And then,
it just felt so visceral.
Yeah. And all of this that we're even talking about is before the intermission.
That's so true.
Like this is all happening before the intermission, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And
this is like the midpoint of the movie.
Yeah, the midpoint of the movie is her leaving and going back to the monastery or the abbey.
To kind of move it along from a narrative standpoint, I really enjoyed that bit when she goes back and talks to the whatever nun.
Yeah, the head nun.
Yeah, the head nun, and then that song
that she sings.
Yeah. I was like, this is fucking great. Like, I don't know. It just felt so theater and like opera.
Yeah.
And even in the way they shot it and like the blocking and everything, the lighting.
The lighting was so amazing.
So
and all
different.
Yeah.
Like, and I thought it was a very powerful scene.
Yeah.
Like literally God speaking to you.
Yeah. There were some beautiful like profile shots of her too that were just beautiful. Yeah, they were really, really beautiful in that scene. And I was also paying a lot of attention because I was just mesmerized by Julie Andrews throughout this whole thing. And even just, I'm watching her like reacting to the singing.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
it's acting.
Yeah. She's just so in it.
She's
it
present.
Just blows my mind. Yeah. No, it's just like, it was so good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Because you would think those bits would be flat, but there are multiple moments throughout the movie where they're doing that. Where like, because at the end, when they do fall in love, she's like singing to Christopher Plummer. And he's also doing the same thing of like being present and like listening, I feel like that's such a big acting thing is like, are you listening to your partner? How are the words they're saying like affecting you inside, you know?
You're not just counting down to your next bit.
Right.
Because I don't think Julie Andrews even sings in that scene with the head nun.
Right.
I
No,
think,
she doesn't.
Yeah, not at all.
She's literally listening. Like this is a monologue being told to her, and it was just such a beautiful moment.
And it's a great sentiment too, that whole song and that scene about like what it means to live your life.
Right.
Because basically what Julie Andrews' character is always her currency, I guess, her character's currency is like literally what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
Like that's literally what it is. Like she's decided to become a nun. She's bad at being a nun. So they're like, all right, we're going to send her away almost boarding school style to go try something else. Because we'll just get her out of here. She's always singing. She's always late. She's always all these things.
Yeah.
And so everything is like, I mean, for her, she is literally it's her life on the line.
Right.
And then
of like her purpose.
Yeah, of her purpose and everything. So, which is also
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that scene also was like a surprise to me, like subverting expectations. Like I just thought she would end up there and it would take something bigger to bring her back.
It never takes anything like that. Maybe that's the secret of this movie too, is like, it doesn't really take that much for characters to change.
Yeah.
Like they change
Well,
kind of easy.
Right, because you can tell she's like at the brink of change.
Yeah.
Like she
She
really
wants
doesn't
it.
know
Yeah.
if she should make this jump.
Yeah.
And it's like the what's it? The Abbey is like a safe space for her to not acknowledge any of these things, right? And so to have like this kind of guidance figure to be the one to push you over the edge felt so strong and like awesome. Like you would think they would just keep her there, but they genuinely care about like who she is and what she wants as a person.
Yeah.
That's just like, I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the community and like you would think that this nunnery would be like super conservative and like not advocate for true love and even quasi affair esque things,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
It would just seem so out of left field to me.
Yeah.
And I liked that.
Yeah.
I like that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny because it does play with that in the nun's first song.
Right.
When it's like they're talking about like what it means to be a nun a little bit and
Right.
the way they act and the way she acts,
Right.
you know, there is a compare contrast, like what it actually is. And
Right,
there's a
right.
conservative element to it.
Yeah.
But then
That's-
I think that's what made when the head nun sings so much more surprising.
Right.
Was the way the depth of purpose is so much more beyond
What the other nuns
what the
see
other nuns see.
Yeah.
And then all the nuns kind of come around in a really great bit
At the
like
end.
at the end with the Nazis and everything.
Right. Well, kind of.
Well, yeah, but none of them are like going out of like they're all going through with it. You know, there's no nun that's being like, I really don't want to help them.
They took the car parts out.
Yeah. I'm talking about like helping the Von Trapps. Yeah.
They didn't help them.
They did help the Von Trapps. What are you talking about?
They like sabotaged them leaving.
No, they sabotaged the Nazis' cars so the Nazis couldn't leave.
Oh, I read that wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I
No.
was like,
What? Yeah, no.
Okay.
No. They were basically, they were saying like we sinned and then they showed the car parts because the
From the
Nazis
Nazi
couldn't start their cars.
Oh.
Oh, thank God we figured that one out. You almost left with them.
I thought it was they took it out of the Von Trapp
No.
Okay.
So they are good. They do come around.
Okay. I was like, whoa, that's weird.
really
Why'd
weird.
they do that? And then because the next shot was them walking through the hills. And I was like, whoa, they just made them walk that way.
No, the Von Trapps take off.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they take off in a car.
Okay,
and then the
okay.
Nazis can't start theirs.
I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
Not the nuns are safe.
Yeah, they're good.
Kevin
Shout
doesn't have
out
anything
nuns.
against nuns now.
None's wrong.
Nuns wrong. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it was beautiful. Like when the moment when Von Trapp and I keep saying governess. Is it Baroness?
Baroness.
The Baroness.
I think she's the governess.
She's the governess. Julie Andrews is
yeah.
the governess. Yes. Baroness, governess.
AKA babysitter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is funny to but the Von Trapp, Captain Von Trapp, and the Baroness.
Yes.
Their scene of like the dissolving of the relationship is also so amicable.
Yeah.
And not, no one's.
I loved that scene. Yeah.
Because that feels real. Like it doesn't
Right.
feel like everything is always like we're gonna blow up all of these
Right.
things.
Like you owe this to me. Blah 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 blah.
And even the Baroness, even though she did something really fucked up,
Right,
like
sending her away.
sending Julie Andrews away, there was still a part of her that knew.
Yeah.
Like she was like, I'm going to do everything I can. And I think she was even like surprised at how quick Julie Andrews
came back.
Or no, maybe that, but how quick Julie Andrews was
Left.
willing to leave.
Oh, yeah.
And not really question anything she was saying. Like
Right.
the Baroness is saying all these things and Julie Andrews being this like very honest, heart on her sleeve kind of person.
Yeah. Super
Quick
sensitive.
to believe, super sensitive,
Yeah.
very childlike.
Super. Yeah.
Is just like distraught and immediately believes her. And you could like see almost like on the Baroness's face, like, oh,
like dang.
like, oh yeah, like really feeling that. And also
Yeah.
knowing like and then the Baroness like kind of gets the life she wants.
Yeah. Like
And
it
then
worked.
Yeah, it worked. And then like quickly when the governess comes back, Julie Andrews, there's this realization like this will never work.
Yeah. This is fate.
Yeah, this is the way it is. There's another movie that has that kind of. I do just love the fate relationship angle. I think that's why I love Past Lives, for example. There's this
Inya
Yeah,
or whatever it is.
yeah. Well, I don't know what it is. But there's this like gravitational pull that
Sure.
people can have with one another, and that it doesn't matter what happens, but like there is like a natural fitting together.
The Notebook.
Oh, see, I haven't seen The Notebook.
Ah, it's so good.
Yeah,
One of the best of all time.
It's so fucked up. I was on the plane recently and I saw someone watching The Notebook, so I know how it ends. I know everything. Yeah. And I kind of knew how it ended anyways, but
yeah. Well, it ends how everything ends.
yeah, with geese.
People die.
Yeah.
Yeah, with geese.
Yes.
With CGI geese.
Or were they CGI?
Yeah.
Hilarious. Because that's also
'Cause
a
where are they
little
gonna get
early
that?
for CGI.
Yeah.
2003 or 2 or something. 4?
Yeah.
It's
Around the pirates. Around the pirates.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, all the geese in that movie are fake.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I get it.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the beautiful scene in the gazebo where they fall, like,
Yeah.
where they profess their love for one another, and then they'll get married, and they have it's shot
Like,
through like silhouette,
Yeah.
almost. And you mentioned off mic Punch Drunk Love being
Yeah.
like a very obvious.
it
callback.
feels like it's referencing that.
Yeah.
The colors, the silhouette,
Yeah.
the like meaning behind the
Yeah.
shot too. Yeah.
Ooh, I also really want to give this movie credit. Like, its kind of lack of coverage
Yes.
was really great. Like, it didn't need to always like show people's go all around. It it settled. It just let the scene play out.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's something I really noticed it in that scene, where it was just like it held that shot for a while.
long time. Yeah. Because it does a thing where like they're holding hands but not close.
Yeah.
And then she steps in and then he steps in.
Because for a second
into the frame of the gazebo.
Yeah, because I was like, for a second, I'm like, oh, ooh, the camera's not
feels
centered.
off.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
right. And then she steps in. I was like, I wasn't even expecting. Oh my god, it was just
like that
beautiful.
wasn't even the shot.
Yeah. I realized like, oh, now is the shot.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was perfect.
Yeah, and that being so representative of their relationship throughout the movie too.
I'll also say, in terms of like framing and everything like that, it's almost like Kurosawa level cinematography.
Like
in
perfect,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's they're like even the nuns where they are, like, everyone has this place in the frame that is amazing. And I think Kurosawa also doesn't really do too much coverage either.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
There is
it's a cinematic,
very similar style. Yeah,
it's a that's like what I would consider like the efforts to make it cinematic, because there is this whenever Christopher Plummer first sings the Edelweiss song at the whatever dinner thing.
Yeah, and for the audience, that's the song that is like his heart song.
Yeah, that it represents who he is and stuff. Like the way they block that scene, all the kids like hit their mark so perfectly. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
like,
especially that little girl too. And just like, she's fucking pro.
And like the camera moves, you see the ground, so there are no
marks. Yeah,
you know they're hit, you know. I'm just like, wow, this is really like really really fucking good. Yeah. Kurosawa is a perfect like comparison, just like with the camera movements, with everyone moving. Everyone's hitting their mark in the perfect place. You see everybody's faces. It's just like, it was great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good point. With the gazebo thing though, too, like I feel like it's also a reference, like a callback to Lysel and her like love interest.
Yeah, because
and like how there's a maturation between those two, and like knowing true love and then not knowing true love, basically.
Yeah. It's in the same location, and obviously one was would never work.
Right.
He was a child. He became a Nazi.
Yeah.
Which is that's a big red flag.
Yeah. Literally.
Yeah. All right. You deserve some credit. Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that one.
On that note,
Yeah, let's talk about the last third of the movie.
Yeah. Now we've made it to the last third, and we still have 2 more movies to talk about after this, which is crazy.
This felt like a movie.
This is like one that really deserves its own episode. We're basically time-wise giving
it.
it
250.
Yeah. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, no, Sound of Music isn't.
Isn't it?
No, it isn't.
No,
it isn't.
Oh, Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain is.
Fuck.
Isn't that insane?
This should be 250.
It kind of blows my mind.
I think because it's a Disney movie, does it get a bad rep?
Maybe.
Oh, it's not Disney.
Yeah. It's not. It's Fox.
20th century.
Yeah.
Fox,
Which is Disney now.
Now
so Disney does own it. But at the time, no.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. I think it just, because it's like
a musical.
And kids watch it really early. Like it's so children's movie, in the way
theory.
it's kind of like given to the masses.
Sure. Like marketed.
Yeah, marketed. Yeah,
talked about.
Yeah. That everyone has, in some ways, has seen it.
Right.
But I don't think they've
taken it seriously.
Seen it. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. This is like top 250 level material.
Hits everything.
Yeah.
Hits everything.
All the things that we talk about.
Yeah.
This movie's doing.
Yeah.
Like the grief, the children, the epic, the political stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's everything.
Yeah. And it tells it like in a very unique way. And I think in if we're talking about like those multiple arc things, that's telling story differently.
Right.
That's finding a totally new way to do it.
It's like a PS.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa,
okay.
And it's not like extraneous, you know? It doesn't feel like too much. Like everything makes sense and is earned. And like even with the Nazi thing, you could make an argument that it comes out of nowhere, but
it kind of does a little bit,
but it's simmering throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
like they're mentioning it, they're talking about it. They never say Nazi until like the very end.
Yeah,
but it's like it feels like it's coming.
Yeah,
you know, you can slowly hear the thing coming in.
Yeah,
they're like mentioning it to each other. Like,
there's a few drips. It does feel like it relies on you a little bit to know the history of World War II and stuff, which obviously people back then really knew, probably even more.
But I like when films are subtle with that.
Yeah,
like they're not spoon feeding all that, because it does feel like you have to like pay attention. Yeah, and like understand, like engage with what is happening in the dialogue.
Read between the lines.
Yeah.
I agree. And once our beautiful family has been created. Yeah, it's finally happened. That's when basically when the Nazis come in.
Something has to challenge the stability of that.
Like something good happens, and then we gotta fuck it up somehow. Something good happens, we gotta fuck it up somehow.
Right.
And so then
it's the perfect movie.
Yeah, exactly. And then so the Nazis come in basically in the last third.
Yeah.
And we have a really great dynamic. I mean, that forces like the family to prove that they're a family and to come together, because there's always been this, we didn't even talk about this, but Christopher Plummer's character, it doesn't like singing. Doesn't like his kids singing in public. That's something he said since the very beginning.
Even after they engage with singing as a family.
That's the one thing where I thought it would take the whole movie for him to like his kids. Or relate to them. It actually, what went through the whole movie was him
not singing,
not being open to his kids singing in public,
to
not having that image. Like that was something that was never, what's the word? Never fought against. Or like it was something that was never, oh my God.
Negotiated?
Not negotiated, but nothing ever went at it to prove whether it was right or wrong.
Sure.
Is what I'm saying. There's a really good word for it.
Confronted.
Yes.
That's it. Go home.
That was the word.
Don't you love when you get the word you were searching for?
I'm telling you, it's a high that is like you can't compare.
Like suspension of disbelief. Yeah.
Oh, we've got 2 of these.
Yeah, in one movie.
Oh my God. But so that's the one thing that is never that
until the end.
Until the end. When it is you need to do it in
Right.
order to make it through this next level,
Right,
which is
right.
great. I mean, that's what you
Yeah.
want. You finally want your character to do something to
Yeah.
grow for the story.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
they need it for the plot to even continue.
That's a great point. I never like registered that thought, but yeah, like this movie is like using story elements to target character like personality traits and challenging them to grow and become like a new person or the person that they already were or whatever.
Yeah. That's like textbook character development,
Yeah.
right?
It's like so well done though.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't even
No.
yeah. It's so behind your ears.
Yeah, and so what's also kind of always going through this film is that there's a big festival coming
Right.
up at the end, and it's to show off Austria and
Right.
like the
Nazi Germany.
Yeah. Well, even before that, because Nazis weren't even a part of the thing yet when it was started. There's a fly.
It's a gnat.
Oh, is it really?
I think so.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess so. It is small,
Yeah.
and you don't hear it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I guess you'd hear a fly.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you. But so there's like the Salisbury whatever festival or what have you, and
Salzburg.
Salzburg, that's what it is. But it happens before even the Nazis like show up, but then it's like perfect for the like it plays exactly into the plot.
Yeah.
The Nazis are kind of like, bread and what is it, like not bread and roses, but the treats. You give people treats because you don't want them to
Bread and honey. Milk and honey or something.
something like that.
Yeah.
And this is right up there. It's like what the Romans did with the Colosseum and things like that.
Well, they keep saying like we want to show that nothing's changed.
Yes. Yeah.
And so this is like a presentation.
That's a good point.
To show that like, hey, we're not
Embracing
scary.
their history. Yeah.
Like we're still Austria.
Yeah.
And so there is that like, and I really like this scene, this like part of the story because it reminded me of Casablanca and how they used music to represent national identity and national pride. With the Edelweiss song being like the center point of that.
Yeah.
I thought that was like really, really
them on stage. Great. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And that's exactly the ending of that. Like that to me just makes so much sense. Like not cheesy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like takes the musical to a real place of like the music is for something. Like it's meant to represent something more than just being music in a movie.
Yeah.
Like it's doing something in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I thought was,
It's also kind of interesting. Great. Like this is the point in the movie where the music is actually real.
Yeah.
Like all the
diegetic.
Other, like because all the other ones they are for the most part, but there's always like music and instruments that aren't there.
Right.
There's an orchestra playing at the front.
Right.
Like this is the first time that it's all like we finally have leapt into realism.
Right.
Completely now.
Like now it's part of this like world more than the story.
Yeah. And that is basically the end of singing in the movie.
Right.
Is that. And then we basically go to like an action scene.
Thriller.
Like, thriller. As the Nazis are chasing them into the
church.
The nunnery.
Yeah. The abbey.
Yeah, the abbey.
Yes.
The abbey.
The abbey.
They go up the road to the abbey.
Downton Abbey.
But yeah, that
or Nürnberg.
How they get out was so great too.
Yeah.
Like having them escape during kind of the awards section and
that bit at the end when they're announcing their name. I was like, this is perfect.
It's so good.
Because you're like, oh, that to me is
you're starting to realize, whoa, oh,
yeah.
Because I didn't know it before it was happening. I was like, how are they going to, I had no idea.
Yeah. That to me is Lubitsch touch.
Oh,
like, kind of. I mean, a lot of the movie is Lubitsch touch of like showing and not telling exactly. And the symbolism of the thing that happening on screen is like showing you exactly the plot that's not on screen. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was great. That was a great bit.
Yeah.
And then Max like wordlessly acknowledging like what is happening, you know? That's so great.
Yeah. He's so like he plays it off, but like inside he feels so good. He's finally done the right thing.
Yeah.
Because he's always been a character that's been about kind of money and kind of like all they keep building, they play him up as that.
The sleazeball.
Yeah, a little sleazy.
Yeah.
Basically wants to use the Von Trapp family to make money.
Right.
Like really wants that.
Right.
But then does it for good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah. And then.
But the arc, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, the arc is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think Do you have something?
No, I was just gonna say like his life is now kind of ruined.
Yeah, he's probably gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
he's done.
But he did a good thing.
He did a really good thing.
Yeah.
Like he finally did, and I think just all the characters break through and become.
They all change.
Yeah, they all change.
Yeah.
I guess like the only one that like really devolves and never becomes good again. Is the young boy.
I was gonna say that's like feels like the last point in the movie.
Yeah.
To really talk about is like how this character. Yeah, like what I guess open-ended question of like why have him in there? What does that represent?
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Because it felt like a really sharp left turn a little bit to like go into this. It felt like the movie was really going to work so basically Liesel or whatever it is, the oldest falls in love with this boy. The boy ends up becoming a Nazi.
Yeah.
Joins the brown shirts or whatever they're called. And then
and then
they're hiding out in the Abbey, and then there's a moment where the Nazis can't find them, but the boy waits and it has a feeling and then discovers them.
Yeah.
And then you have this moment of what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to blow your whistle? Oh, I guess Treasure Island has that.
Right.
With like
Jim Hawkins.
with Jim Hawkins and John Silver, which is a great moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything's kind of on the line. It's just like this thing there's so much you can show, not tell with that moment that just bringing the whistle closer. And then, there's just so much good stuff you can do with that.
Sure, yeah.
But the movie goes in a really different direction by having him I thought he was going to break down and basically renounce his Nazi-ism,
sure,
but instead doesn't.
Yeah,
instead runs away and gets the Nazis to chase them out.
Yeah. Always subverting expectations.
That one really did, but I think that it felt. I think that's what the plane by this point has landed almost completely in realism.
Yeah.
Like we are no longer in like this fantastical singing on the rooftops or anything, or the hills or anything like that.
Yeah.
We've now, with the Nazis kind of bringing in the dark cloud has come over.
Right.
And it's the beginning of basically World War II is going to start very soon.
Right.
So the world gets worse after this too.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like an acknowledgement of that. Like there's an honest truth to what and it's also like all the other characters, like we said, are kind of easy to change. Right. Like at least some of the main characters, but
wouldn't he be easy to change too? Because he devolves so quickly.
You'd think, but there's something.
No, but he did change.
Yeah. Right. Oh, true. He was very quick to pick whatever was going to make him kind of build him up as like an individual and a man. Right. And that's what it ended up being. Like it gave him purpose. Right. Because he was like, and it was like Christopher Plummer's fault in a way, like kind of drove him away a little bit.
With the
like catching him and basically being like,
get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Because maybe things would have been different if
they were kept their love.
Yeah. He didn't have that anymore. That was taken.
Yeah. Maybe that's what the movie's about, is like love and how song and love and romance can prevent World War.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe if they had sung to him right there at the end, maybe that would have changed him.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, if he changed, that would have been a little cheesier.
Yeah. I mean, I think you bring up a great point of like, it's real. Like the realism has set in and like the world doesn't get better. Like this is an acknowledgement of like what the story actually is about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is a real story. These are semi like real people. Yeah. So like to do them justice, you need kind of that point of like history goes on. Like, there are no happy endings in this, despite what the movie is and how it's presented and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then
think that's a great reading.
Yeah. And then the the ending, they escape.
Yeah.
The nuns, like we finally were able
I've
to.
sinned.
Yes, I've sinned, and then they show it's a great, hilarious thing.
Yeah.
And finally, levity is back.
Yeah.
In the film, and the
Flying again.
Yes, we're flying again. They're up there. They've climbed into the mountains.
It's called back to the beginning
It's
too.
called exactly.
It's like the first shots.
Yep. And it's just beautiful. You finally
Yeah.
the sun's out because all the bad Nazi stuff is happening at night basically too,
Right.
which is great.
Great imagery.
Yeah, because then you have the family together. They're now
In the day.
escaping.
Yeah.
We once
Feels
they escape,
godlike.
it does,
Yeah.
and we're like once again with coverage being so simple.
Yeah.
We're not seeing them like look at each other happy or anything after
Right.
they escape.
It's not a cheesy.
It's done.
bit.
They run away and we never see a close up of them ever again.
Yeah. It's all wide.
Yep, it's all wide, and it's just
Yeah.
it's them driving the car down the street and them walking in the mountains.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
This is how you do a movie, folks.
Oh, it really is. And I just wanted to mention that there was another movie that we've seen that has a similar ending.
Yeah.
You were able to guess before the
yeah.
recording.
I did.
Eureka.
Yes.
Also a movie that's not in the top 250 anymore.
I know. Sadly. We need 3,000 more people to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But there's the family on the hilltop, like kind of imagery that from a really far distance, like just I don't know, there's just something interesting that I want to keep chewing on that. But I just realized that felt like a very similar shot.
It makes me think of Hand of God from Paulo something. Or no. I forget who it is.
I thought you were talking about literally the hand of God that's in what's that movie? Into the Mist, or what was the landscape of mist?
Landscape in the Mist.
Yeah.
It has a similar scene in this one.
Yeah.
Paolo Sorrentino. Recent movie from 2021.
Oh, okay.
But there's like a helicopter shot that like flies into the city, and it's like the opening shot, and it feels very like godlike. I feel like there is something with like the helicopter shot representing something godly or like heavenly because of the angle, the sky down angle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like 8.5, or there's a Fellini movie that has another thing like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, we talked
That was
about
like an hour
Sound of
by
Music
itself.
so long. Yeah, that was insane.
It was great. That was
That was the highlight for me in
Yeah.
this whole thing.
I like accidentally watched it last, and I was like, okay, that was a good accident.
I
Happy
watched mine last too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On purpose or just because?
Yeah, no, because I was like, it's long. I'm just gonna get these
Yeah.
other ones out because I had a little more time here and there.
Right. Yeah, I was able to fit the other ones in because they were a little bit shorter.
Yeah. But this, I was like, all right, I'm gonna save it for a weekend when I've got some time or something like that.
Yeah.
And then boom.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. The writer of this movie also wrote Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf
The writer of Sound of Music. Whoa.
and Sweet Smell of Success.
Oh, what? Wow. That's awesome. That's just so surprising. What a slew.
Yeah, right? Isn't that crazy?
That is really crazy.
Also wrote Sabrina, North by Northwest, and West Side Story.
Oh, okay. So like one of the greatest
Just
writers of all time.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Now it makes a little more sense. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like banger after banger after banger.
All right, we got to move on.
All right, yeah, sorry.
No. Don't say you're sorry. We're going to go to your favorite of the four, Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay. So we make this jump. Oh yeah, my fucking rip.
Yeah.
For the musical genre history context, I want to briefly mention the 70s and like this bridge. So The Sound of Music, basically after The Sound of Music, we see a shift in the industry. So The Sound of Music was like an okay to studios to make these really big, gigantic budget musical epics. And a lot of them were not successful. So Hollywood lost a lot of money, and that was kind of one of the main factors that led to the decline of musicals. Alongside, the ending of the Hays Code, which basically ended the Golden Age Hollywood film. And then the advent of like more indie style realism from the French New Wave, and then in the 70s, New Hollywood. So there was a need for a newer kind of aesthetic that didn't fit the musical.
Yeah.
So all three of these factors lead to a decline in the genre. And so there are musicals from this era. I think Grease is like a great
would have been a good one.
A good representation of that. But I think when you talk about like peak musical kind of representations, we have to look at Disney Renaissance as like the rebirth of the musical. Going into the 21st century, it like revived this genre into a new space. Using, I think animation is a great area to, like we said, blend realism and fantasy, because obviously it's fantastical inherently, it seems like.
And I will say Disney, their hand was kind of forced, where basically they had to reach into, as a last ditch effort in a way, their past.
Right.
Obviously musicals were a big part. Exactly. Musicals were a big part of some of their greatest hits.
Snow White and
Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty. I mean, everything was a musical that was great.
Right.
And so it's also like kind of intentional to try to bring this
musicals
back. Yeah, it's like literally like they brought out the corpse for this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even the princess thing, like using princesses and stuff. Yeah. And old fairy tales. Yeah. So yeah, we used Little Mermaid as the beginning of this era and kind of going into what this means and stuff like that. Yeah. So
So Little Mermaid, I'll just say, like for me, it was remarkable to have seen some of the movies that we've seen. We've the animated movies are starting to creep up. That we're
doing
seen.
A lot of animated work.
Yeah, it turns out we had kind of like told the universe we needed to get some. And now
in the
we're
most
getting a lot.
obscure way.
I was so surprised at how like loose the animation style is
in this. Yeah,
in Little Mermaid. It is kind of, you know, I don't mean this as an insult, but it's sloppy. You know, it's a little more.
I mean it as an insult.
Okay. I don't inherently think sloppy animation is bad, I guess.
Sure.
It doesn't matter.
I just like, I have reference.
Yeah. So I was really surprised by that. That was one thing I was really surprised by. And also I was surprised by how dark it was willing to go.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Which is something Disney in general is very afraid to do now. And I think that's, as I was watching, I was like also trying to analyze, like, what does this do that now Disney doesn't?
Yeah.
Which I think is a really great conversation to have at a certain point.
Yeah, that's a great commentary.
Because you know that they're thinking about it. They're
fucking time.
Yeah, you know, they're like, what do we have to do
to make this work?
Yeah, to have another decade of amazing things.
Sure.
And so they try with all, you know, what they think is the right sauce, which is like music, a princess, these,
talking
but it's
animal character.
But it's more than that. And so I was watching it thinking about what is that? What's that thing? That is
in
this
hypothesis? Nothing? Or what? We need to watch more.
I do think we need to watch more. So maybe that's part of it. But I think my initial thought is the sentimentality that it's willing to have, that it's willing to have characters like fall in love and, which, I mean, I'm not saying they don't do that now, but I'm just saying like, that's a really, there's that like life and death is happening. So it kind of just the stakes are a little higher. Once again, I'm not saying like why children like it more or less or anything. I'm just saying like why I think this movie has a lot of really great, or like has a lot of the ingredients that can make a really great movie.
Sure.
That it's not just like, all kind of fun and games and everything like that.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think it also like if we are to look at like what would end up being the Disney Renaissance films, you can look at this and be like, okay, we can see what the formula was.
Yeah.
The sidekicks, the adventure,
Yeah.
the love interest, all of these things, the musical numbers, the really bad evil guy. Like they're always really bad and evil.
Yeah, like
and
that's
they're not
their
afraid.
prerogative.
Yeah,
it's just to be evil.
Yeah, but it's better than a Pokemon movie in my opinion, because those ones feel like Ursula is way better than I
as a
would,
character.
as a character. And maybe that's also to say as a villain as well.
Right.
Like design, her voice, what she's trying to do. I thought it was more interesting than any. I mean, maybe Pokemon 3, but I certainly liked her more than Mewtwo. So, but we get a long line of.
I don't know if I agree with that.
You can jump. You can jump in at any point, and I'm curious.
Yeah. I mean, I'll agree with the design and the voice, like as a character, cool. But I think story wise, I think Mewtwo is a better storyline.
Yeah.
And I think Pokemon 4 is like a good comparison of like character intent.
Yeah.
Of just like, okay, we're gonna like take over the ocean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. At least there was like in Little Mermaid, like there was like a rivalry between these two characters, like between King Triton and Ursula. Like there actually was a relationship, and it's alluded to what it was before, like Pokemon 4. And I see the comparison you're making.
Yeah.
That guy comes out of nowhere and literally has no purpose.
Sure.
Like it'd be like if Ursula had nothing, like, but what I think also makes Ursula better is that she does like what she does as a villain also is like, it knows exactly what to the right things to twist and to move, like the way
how to threaten.
It's not just like we're going to blow things up and we're going to get it. It's not like a Marvel villain. Like I'd say like Marvel villain is like it actually has character things. Like it's about beauty. I mean that's what it's about like
knowing what the protagonist wants
exactly
and
like,
targeting
yeah.
that.
It's just writing, I guess. But
no, you're right.
Yeah. So I'll say it's a little better. If I can just get you on the record, a little better than Pokemon 4?
Almost.
Yeah. Still, that's such an insult. That's crazy. That is such an insult. For anyone that,
It felt not good to me.
Yeah. The entire movie?
Like, it just felt like in the writing, it didn't feel that good.
What are your thoughts on the Disney Renaissance as a from a film perspective? Do you think they actually like do interesting things, like have interesting things to say, or
I think
they're pretty basic?
So I guess my long-winded answer, I think there is a mark of excellence that I think I hold a Disney movie to, specifically with like aesthetic. Right. And I guess story.
And you're saying like Disney Renaissance created that for you?
To me, it's Bambi and Snow White.
Oh, okay.
And like the beauty of the animation. It's like a painting. You know what I mean?
Literally.
Like that is the standard that these movies kind of have to live up to, right? And so when I watch this, I feel like like you said, the animation is not good.
Yeah, it's sloppy.
It doesn't.
It feels,
it doesn't. To me, it doesn't hold up to that Disney quality. So that like takes it a mark down a lot.
It feels very. What we've mentioned that
TV movie.
No. What's the other guy? Bluth. It's very Bluth. I think it is like
maybe that's what it. Yeah.
I mean, obviously he wasn't involved in Little Mermaid, but like that's kind of like the animation style.
Yeah.
At that point,
there was just like a lot of shots where I was like, oh.
Yeah. The way the characters moved, it was like,
why does her face look like that?
Yeah.
And that was just kind of off-putting. And I think story-wise, like it didn't feel as like adventure-y, or like it didn't feel like it was taking me somewhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the way that I think these movies do. Like I feel like Lion King is a fun adventure movie, you know, and even like the other Like Pocahontas. I rewatched Mulan recently, and that feels like
Well,
you're
that's an
going
adventure.
through a journey, you know?
Little Mermaid, it's small.
It's a small thing, and I don't know if the reward, like to me, the reward of like falling in love, like I don't mind the narrative use of like romance, but this one didn't feel like deeper. You know what I mean?
That is the plot, the everything, the conflict.
Right.
It's all because the whole point is that she
needs to fall in love.
She needs to fall in love.
Yeah. And I don't know, to me it just felt so like on the nose, and like if you're such an easy target for feminist critique and like not having a voice and like all these things. And I was like, oh, this just feels like bad. Like not a good thing to show to people.
It had different values.
Definitely different values, but I think it just felt like had a weird like feeling after I was watching it. Like after she goes onto land, I was like, I forget this is like the whole movie. Like I forget this is like basically the plot, and I was kind of like
they don't go anywhere else.
Took the air out of the tires for me of like what the movie is, and like the music numbers are awesome, and like I think make up for a lot of that other lackluster stuff. But it's like basically a pitched tent where there's no like structure. It's just the songs, and like everything just like drapes off of that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so, I to me it didn't really work in the way I remember it, or anything like that.
Yeah, and to also say, I don't think the songs maybe ever like have the character change from the beginning of the song to the end of the song.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They are musical numbers.
Right.
They're not really
like story elements. Yeah, like comparing this to Sound of Music. It's it's not even close to what the expectations of a musical is,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed, I think.
Yeah, it didn't hit.
Yeah.
But Mulan hits for you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to watch the other ones to see.
Yeah.
Because Mulan worked.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
It certainly has a lot of really amazing things to say.
Yeah, I think maybe that has like a huge part of it.
Yeah,
it's like more, the message makes more sense.
Yeah, and Little Mermaid is basic.
It's super basic.
Yeah,
it almost feels like dangerously basic.
Like from a societal level?
Yeah. So like
you're gonna ban Little Mermaid? Is that what I'm hearing?
I just feel like we should take this with an air of caution, because it's like, really, this is what I don't know. This is what we want to like show to people.
The smoke for Little Mermaid is great.
Just like the form is not good.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the message is
Yeah.
Because it's not like these other movies are breaking the hegemonic whatever of like male and female, but I think it's not as like surface level and like plain to where it like just, to me, Little Mermaid there's a weird distortion to what romance means.
Yeah, the hegemony is the story.
Yeah.
More than any of the other stuff.
Right. Like it doesn't feel as dirty when you're in Sound of Music or like any of these other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's so fucked. Hell yeah. I know what you mean.
You know?
Yeah.
Because like Princess, the Miyazaki princess is like,
it's
significantly better.
Yeah, it's not even going to compare. Of course.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah. Princess Mononoke. That already has so many things to say about femininity.
Right.
Like very quickly.
Right.
Little Mermaid plays into all the stereotypes. Plays into the big
tropes.
Ladies to
Yeah.
hot men to
submissive woman.
To Jamaican man who likes music.
Jamaican sidekick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
blow my nose.
Yeah. But
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I think it just sat weird with me.
Yeah. All right.
Hard to look past.
I say we jump to Mamma Mia, because
we're
we're deep. This is one of the longest ones we've ever done.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. So Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia. I if I were to look at the scope of musicals,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have picked this one.
Why?
I mean, I'm also not going to be like, I know all the 2000s musicals or anything like that, but there are some that feel bigger and grander. I think it's where my mind originally went, was like musicals are big and there are all of these things. Come to a new conclusion after watching it, like it does something different, which is I think you called it and it's not soundtrack, it's jukebox.
Yeah, the jukebox musical.
The jukebox musical, which I think is very important for us to talk about.
Right.
Mamma Mia obviously being about ABBA.
Yeah.
And using ABBA's music.
Right.
It's based on a musical that was on Broadway or what have you.
Right. This is arguably the most popular jukebox musical, right?
Yeah. I know there's a number of what's the Jersey Boys and things like that that do similar things.
Sure, yeah.
But it's interesting to use music from an artist, but
as the
story,
yeah.
Which is interesting, which I highly doubt it was the intention of ABBA that this was what was going to come out, but it's a really interesting exercise to try to connect all the dots and come up with something interesting.
I think that's like the most interesting part, I guess, is like how they're able to playlist a thing into a story.
Yes.
Because I'm like, whoa, that's you're basically bridging meaning between all these songs through this narrative thing. Awesome.
Yeah. And this movie is over the top.
Yeah.
It if I were to say which of these feels like the most like what I would go see on stage, this one feels like the one that I would see most on stage.
Sure.
Because it also has a very manufactured set. Like it's very clearly a set.
Yeah.
And the numbers also feel very like the fact that like the members of this community,
the chorus.
they just like show up sometimes and start singing and stuff like that. So you're starting to get more than any of the others, like really breaking everything. Sure. And that the world is music and everything. Yeah,
everything is it's like how a musical would be on stage.
Exactly. Yes. All the characters like break out in a song at different points.
Right. They're all supporting this building,
and it also feels like it's the one where every character gets a number sort of thing too, which is very musical on stage sort of thing. It's like, all right, we're going to hand out a number here.
The and C character gets a bit. Yeah.
So so we get, I love ABBA music, so I was really happy to go down in this world, because I was definitely not expecting when I listen to ABBA music, I wasn't thinking this. So, but I had never seen this before.
Really?
I know my sister, who was like on like off Broadway and stuff like that, like musicals and stuff were like really big for her, and so I know it was really big in our house. But for whatever reason, I missed it entirely.
Yeah.
But I love the three guys, Pierce Brosnan, Colin Firth, and Stellan Skarsgård are great.
They're so good.
They all play such unique comedic roles. Yeah. All of the actors know what movie they're in. Yep. I think it was what's also really great about it.
They're not trying to do something else.
They're not. It's very well cast.
Everyone's in a musical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah. It's fun. I love movies that also have like really seriously manufactured sets. Like it's almost fake, like the sunset and stuff like that.
Right.
I really enjoy that. Sometimes you get that with Akira Kurosawa. Sometimes too, there are some sets where like the sunset's happening.
Yeah.
When we eventually watch Ran, which we'll watch at a certain point, there are things like that where it's like, okay. Have you ever seen House?
Yeah. I love House.
I love House.
Because it's literally a set.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck?
It's so
and it
hilarious and great.
Yeah,
it's so great. And not Sakiyuki Django. What was it called?
Sukiyaki. Sukiyaki Western Django.
Western Django, yeah. That one had like the set with when Quentin Tarantino was there, like at the beginning. Oh my God. It's I love that. So it was just, I love seeing, and Wizard of Oz has that too. Like I love sets.
Yes.
And I love really
Singing in the Rain.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say like bridging those two movies, like how this movie is incorporating realism and fantasy through different aspects, right? Like obviously there is a set, but it's meant to be like quasi realistic.
Yeah.
And then something I noticed on this watch was the camera and the lensing and like how it's like dreamy, like the aberrations like add so much character to the image that I didn't really see like on previous watches. Like I've seen this a few times. My mom loves this movie.
Nice.
But I didn't really acknowledge like how beautiful some of the pictures are, you know, like some of the shots are really well captured and stuff like that. And so, yeah, I feel like in this film, there's a different concoction of like what is fantastical and stuff, like using camera, using the acting styles instead of like the set builds, instead of all these things. So yeah, that's my realism kind of take with this movie is like it's kind of using other aspects of filmmaking to accentuate like fantastical stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the second one?
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't exist to me.
I read the plot and I'm like, really? Like it feels so
Not
'cause
what this movie
It
is.
ends up being like kind of a time jump kind of movie, like the past.
Oh,
we kind of
wow.
learn more about her
Her.
relationship with those guys that one summer or whatever it was. And then the present day. But
I
yeah,
see.
this one felt like it also just feels like the most fun out of all of them. And
Yeah.
even though Singing in the Rain, it's fun, but it feels professional fun.
Right.
This feels like
Everyone on
we're
set
just having
was
a
like
blast.
having a party. Yeah. I mean, you're singing ABBA. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I guess that's part of it too. Is it's like it's songs we sing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like songs you hear around that you have your own relationship to,
Right.
and we're singing it together. And I bet that's
Right.
what I bet it goes so hard. Like obviously I haven't seen it when it's on stage,
Right.
but I bet everyone
It's
in the
so
audience
great.
is singing and going
Yeah.
crazy. And that's kind of the point of these jukebox
Right.
musicals, I imagine, is it taps into that.
Right. The
And-
community part of the
Yeah.
filmmaking
Yeah.
experience.
So it takes also something that's already beloved and it like what if you
Amps
already
it up.
like when you're making a movie or a musical or what have you, and what if you already know what your core is winner?
Yeah.
Like you just to build on that, you can now kind of go a little funky
More,
with it,
yeah.
and be a little more, not be so safe.
Yeah.
In characterizations and
Because you're adding just like more layers
Yeah.
onto the cake
Yeah.
instead of building the cake itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I've always thought about that when you've got a really good idea and you're just kind of building off of that. This is that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's already a surefire winner.
Yeah, because the songs do so much. But then you have like this really, really great story and like all the dance numbers are awesome. You know, doing all the musical things with like having giant like choreography
Yeah.
things and stuff like that. The romance, you know. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. So what where does Mamma Mia like sit in his like
Yeah.
do you have a thought on that? Like where it's kind of landed us?
Yeah, so according to the Wikipedia, we have the 21st century musical, or what is referenced to as the New Age,
Okay.
or the second classical era.
Second classical era.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
because I think so. Yeah, there is a new recognized influx of musicals within Hollywood.
True.
Post 2000, and it is very varied. Like there's more styles, there's more like topics and themes and stuff like that, and that's kind of what it's alluding to.
I see.
Like more realism. It's usually has darker themes, stuff like that. Biopics are like a big part of the new age musical revolution. So you see a lot of that stuff.
Better Man.
Better Man. Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, the Disney kind of revival, like a lot of animation movies obviously have like musical points to them. But I think the most unique aspect of this era is the jukebox movie in terms of comparing it to previous generations, right? Of using pop music, the influence of pop music and popular culture into this like traditionally conservative space of theater and like musicals and stuff.
Traditionally conservative space.
I just feel
What do you mean?
I it's like a different
What do you mean, like in terms of like musicals?
taking
They stick to a tried and true formula.
yeah.
Okay, got it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna. I mean, I guess they are more risk taking than like filming in a lot of ways.
Sure.
But
There are some weird fucking musicals.
cats.
Yeah, like they swing.
Yeah, they swing hard.
But there is a general idea what a musical is. Yeah.
And I think they do operate it similarly to Hollywood. Like Broadway operates similarly to Hollywood in terms of being the standard bearer and like choosing what gets told and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like, like comparing this movie to Singing in the Rain or Sound of Music, it just feels like a heavy contrast. Like you said, it's just more fun. It's more lively, you know?
Yeah.
It's not rigid and like we're singing, we're blocked. It's all,
It also isn't trying to, it doesn't feel like it's trying to win an Oscar.
Right.
Where it feels like Sound of Music, not saying that they were trying to, but that
Right.
they're competing for that kind of like, that kind of style of
Echelon.
movie.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
echelon. Yes, exactly.
Sure,
Where
yeah.
Mamma Mia doesn't feel
It's
like
like
it's doing
Barbie.
that. Yeah, it's just trying to be fun. Even
Yeah.
though I do think Barbie was really trying
To be
more
echelon,
Yeah,
yeah.
I do think it was. Just kind of with the ending and everything. But
Sure. Yeah.
and what it was trying to say.
Yeah.
Where Mamma Mia is just like, hey, it's
great.
like, yeah, it's just a fun, it's a very enjoyable movie to watch.
Yeah.
It's like Candy.
Yeah.
I guess it's like
it
Candy
is like
as a
Candy.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Would be the way I would describe it.
I still love it. I feel like it's
Yeah.
it has
Do you think it's a little more
nutrients.
elevated?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like it's
yeah,
a little more
okay,
elevated.
okay.
Yeah. Just in the way I mean, obviously the musical is doing most of the heavy lifting work.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the way the story's constructed, all the actors and stuff like that, like I don't know, there's something magical that goes beyond like what you would expect from this kind of movie. I feel
Yeah.
like it compared to other like rom-com type stuff, it
Mhm.
feels a little bit like there's a little extra sauce to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely feels like it definitely feels like a different kind of rom-com, obviously.
Yeah. Like
But
yeah.
playing in in that exact same field.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
get
no.
what you mean though. It is candy like.
Yeah. It's just it's having fun. I mean, it
Yeah.
definitely gets emotional and it
Right.
goes deep and it's asking a lot of questions and it's like
Yeah.
really dealing with some seriously heavy topics and what these things mean.
like
and,
identity and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Which is good. And I think it also gives good answers in my opinion too.
Sure.
I think it has really nice things to say.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, with them calling off the wedding and everything.
Yeah. Because that was the right thing to do. And you
Right.
kind of know it is.
Throughout
but
the whole movie.
Yeah. You're like, it always feels like we're
Maybe-
rushing into these
Yeah.
things.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
So,
the future of musicals.
yeah. Obviously, recently we've had Better Man and Wicked and musicals and Disney even musicals like the
Better
new
Man,
Frozen.
that-
Oh, did you not know what I was talking about?
It clicked in my head now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But musicals are hot.
Yeah.
They're hot, so
Wonka.
hot right now. Was Wonka? Oh my God, you're right.
Wonka.
I guess Willy Wonka as
Mean
a
Girls.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Musicals are in.
Yeah. They're definitely back.
Yeah.
The Oppenheimer had one. Joshua Oppenheimer. What is it called?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Oppenheimer musical. The
Fuck. What was it
It's like,
called?
what the fuck are you talking about? I don't know. I don't know who.
With Tilda Swinton.
Oh!
And,
You watched it. This is the end or something.
This is the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Or the end
The
or
End, yeah.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is the end. Is the Seth Rogen movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So musicals and I haven't seen the end,
Yeah.
but I think there is an attempt to like, what does it mean to kind of warp it and change
Yeah.
it, and how can we move the musical genre forward?
Yeah.
Which
Like,
is
what's the
also-
next step?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also is really good too. So there's some experimentation happening, and there's
Yeah.
also tried and true musicals, and
Yeah.
yeah, and
The
these
tradition of it.
yeah, and it doesn't feel like a musical is, and I think in the history of cinema it hasn't necessarily. I mean, maybe at times, but in general, musicals are for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, like
Totally.
they the best of them reach absolutely everyone. So it doesn't feel like it's picking and choosing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the biggest hits right now are musicals. So
True. Yeah, I'd want to do like a musical about the student strike at San Francisco State.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
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 With some like 60s rock.
Yeah,
some jazz.
Some Jimi Hendrix sort of thing.
Yeah,
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, Jungle,
The book, or what are you talking about?
the band and their music videos
No,
with
no.
like a bunch of people dancing.
No.
Oh man, you gotta watch it.
Okay.
That's
Good
like
reference.
a huge reference, yeah.
Okay.
Of like the aesthetic and then the sound of the music. And then they have a song called Us Against the World that feels very like revolutionary or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, if I were to make a musical, that would be my go.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
I just don't know how I would approach that.
I'd want to do like Animal Farm as a musical, I think.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because it like plays into for one, I just
absurdity.
love Animal Farm as a story. I think it's very interesting, and I think a lot of people take it a certain way. And
'cause it's so political.
It's so political, and it's great. And then you get a movie with animals, and you kind of it can be a musical.
That is so you, yeah.
There's a few Animal Farm movies coming out soon.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Andy Serkis just released the trailer for his.
Whoa.
And
I'm down.
there's another one too. But so it's so hot right now, Animal Farm, but it doesn't feel like, I still don't feel like people are, I guess
grasping.
when I read it, it just felt so much darker and then it's presented, I guess, in so many of these other places. I think there's a lot more to it. I don't know.
Totally. I haven't read it, but it's
great.
Have ideas about it.
I have here we go. I was hoping this would happen eventually. I could reach back in.
First edition?
First edition.
Get the fuck
Animal
out of
Farm.
here.
First edition Animal Farm.
How much
folks.
was that? Like $5,000?
No. I found it at a random $10. $10.
Oh my god, that's probably expensive.
Yeah. It's getting so like worn out and everything, but
you should preserve that.
I know it is. Oh, and so this
shit.
is how I read it, and it's just
That's sick.
it's an amazing book. I
Yeah.
love Animal Farm.
That's dope.
Yeah. So, well, right on.
Nice.
Musicals. It'll be on our list to go back again.
Musicals too.
Fill in the gaps, or maybe look at another way. Find another way of looking at it too.
Yeah,
because this was the history episode, so
Yeah.
maybe there's another kind of way to look at it.
Angle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
another angle
Like
versus just history.
directors. Yeah. Maybe look into jukebox musicals.
Yeah, or even just like the very beginning of musicals, like
Yeah.
really
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
how these things started, like first steps.
Busby Berkeley. We need
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah. So,
All right, I'm adding it.
well, folks, that we hit a vein when it is almost 2 hours long.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dang.
We've been here a while.
I think we need to talk about Sound of Music.
Yeah. What again?
I mean,
we spent an hour talking about Sound of Music.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think it deserves an episode.
It is that good.
Yeah, because holy shit, if we're talking about it for that long.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're going to keep referencing Sound of Music for a long time
It's a
to come.
formative thing.
It is. It feels that way, doesn't it? And to think it was just in a quad like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Very exciting.
Because that hasn't really happened, has it?
This was the first time we've seen some movies, and we always like
250.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen some like Stanley Kubrick's and kind of like not really give them the time of day because we know we'll come back eventually because they're that good.
Sure.
This was the first time we're watching for, and we're like, we went through scene by scene almost. Like that's also something we don't usually do.
Literally.
Yeah.
Because it's so jam packed with everything.
Yeah.
That's how good that movie was. Though, like every single shot, every scene, every little gesture, like had so much meaning.
Yeah.
That you could go into it. Yeah, that is quite crazy.
Yeah,
That movie called for that sort of treatment.
Yeah.
Versus literally, I don't think any other movie we've done that, right?
Nope, never. Boom. So it's a
Yeah.
special one. It's up there on a.
It hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check out the Rap Awards next year.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
True. Will it hold up? Will it hold out?
We need to make like our top
Oh,
Letterboxd 4.
yes.
Like movies
Yes.
that like we've talked about and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have a catalog now. It feels
We
like.
really do.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the Wine and Reel and Print streaming service?
Yeah.
Like,
Yo, that'd be
Jesus.
cool. Like
Yeah.
a movie type of thing where
Yeah.
like we license the films
Yeah.
that we talk about.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Watch the movie, then watch us talk about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Have the podcast on the streaming
Yeah.
service.
Our little blurb about it on the side.
Yeah,
Like it's,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
that'd
always
be
things.
cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Sound of Music, you have to watch it. It's legally required. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Wine, Reel, and Print is a podcast by Salad Brain Productions.
You can find us on Instagram at Wind Reel and Print Pod.
You can also find us wherever you get your podcasts.
And please, if you like the show, leave a rating and review.
We'll see you next time.